hour or 2 hours you used to cook, you get a chef. You're able to afford to get a chef or a younger cousin or sister who can come and take that load off you. Then you've bought 2 extra hours from your 24 hours. I think that's how I'm able to manage it.
The support that you talk about, every woman needs that support. You want a house help, somebody to come in and help you bridge that gap.
Even an
But
understanding
we are
husband.
seeing situations where house help, they are becoming nightmares.
Yeah.
It's a risk to take some of them in, and these are the issues. At some point a woman decides, let me just drop out and take care of my family. When it gets to that point, what should the woman do?
You know what? I think for everybody it's different. Some people my sister has had the same nanny since her child was born. Her child is almost 3, and she works in finance, so she has a really demanding job.
Yeah.
Whereas I know other people who've had issues with. So I think that you manage the issue at every point in time. And then another thing is we always assume that every woman wants to work. Let's not demean taking care of your home. Because if that's what you want to do, if that's where you find passion, then it's okay to do that, Yeah.
But there are those who will say no woman, especially in this economic climate that we find ourselves, no woman should sit at home and
No
do
woman
nothing.
should sit. No woman should sit at home. So even this day and age of social media, the influencers, all the influencers, so all the YouTubers, Instagrammers, they're at home, and they're making money.
Okay.
So you need to become creative with your money-making avenues.
Okay.
So you can be at home and have a business and sell off social media and hire a dispatch person or outsource dispatching, and you deliver to the people, but you're at home monitoring everything that's happening. You build a website, you have an e-commerce store, and you're able to marry both.
You run a business.
I do.
We're talking about bridging the gap now. In fashion, what you do, how have you helped women to come into the industry so we can also bridge that gap in your own space?
In my own space. Okay. Interestingly, I have an all-female staff, and that was done intentionally.
Okay.
It was done intentionally because I understand that it is difficult for women, especially of marriageable and childbearing ages, to carry on in their careers.
Okay.
So there are a number of staff that I had when we started out together when they were young, before they got married and had children and things like that. I totally understand, organizations, it's tough to hire women.
Yes.
But I have made the conscious decision that I will hire women. I will support them in every way they need, because they need support. So for instance, my staff work, if you work a full week this week, you work for 4 days the other week, so that you have a long weekend. So you have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So you can be with your children, be with your family. If you need to take them to hospital, school runs, whatever you need to do, you focus on that. Then you come back the next week and you're focused on work. So that is how I've been able to manage. It's tough. Women, you're pregnant, then you now go on maternity leave, then every day my child is sick, I'm sick, my head is paining me. It's tough, but I've decided to actually just to do this and support women.
I'll ask you this, and I would like you to be honest with me.
Okay.
Between, consciously taking on more women so you can support them, and looking for competence, in this case, in your own case,
Yes.
did you find that balance between wanting to do it for women and also looking for competence?
Jenny, I can't lie to you. It is tough hiring all women. Okay. And I honestly think that you need to balance it out. So it's okay for you to be sentimental and think, I want to champion this cause. But then at the end of the day, you're building a business, and the business has to be profitable and successful and efficient in running things. It's not a charity. So being completely honest, I am looking to diversify my staff portfolio.
Okay. And what does that mean?
I'm looking to hiring some men as well.
Okay. All right. You have done a collection to celebrate International Women's Day.
Yes.
Let's talk about that a bit. And you've called that More Than a Bloom.
More Than a Bloom.
Okay.
So it's a campaign to celebrate International Women's Day. We started this series last year, where we had a group of, so we identify successful, accomplished women who also mentor other people, who mentor younger girls, and we partner with them and do an awareness campaign to just to encourage young girls or even other women looking at it that, you know what, these women have done it. There are women there who have children, there are women there who are married, there are women there who are single. You know, if they can do it, I can do it too. However, this year we decided to do more than just take pictures.
Let's take a break.
Okay.
This is Vanguard Live. If you are just joining us, this is Vanguard Live, and we are here in the studio celebrating International Women's Day with Mrs. Tinuade Soile. All right, we'll come back to the conversation, yes.
Okay.
About more than a bloom.
Yes, more than a bloom. Where did I stop? Okay, so this year, okay, because when it's International Women's Day, a lot of organizations bring out pictures, do campaigns and things like that. But this year I decided that I wanted us to be impactful. I wanted us to make an impact. So we are partnering with WARIF, which is an NGO, and what they do is they rehabilitate young women, or even older women, any woman actually, who has been sexually and physically abused.
Okay.
And I think in this day and age where, you know, with the Me Too movement and the thing that happened in the Lekki hotel, did you hear about that? The rape of the drugging and raping of the girl that happened in Lekki hotel.
Okay.
It's really, really apt that we need to actually shine light on this issue. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you damage a girl like that at that young age, you've ruined her for future. You've ruined her confidence.
Yes.
You've ruined her destiny, really, long and short. So if we shout Women's Day, Women's Day, Women's Day, and we're not actually going to the root of the issues, then we haven't done anything. We're just basically. So more than a bloom, it just means that we're more than pretty. As a woman, you're more than what you look like. You're more than beautiful. You're so much more. You have deep roots. You can dig deep in and make an impact. Dig deep in and pull another up.
I looked at the collection.
You did?
Beautiful, yes.
Thank you.
Beautiful collection.
Thank you.
And I thought the collection speaks more of the boss woman. Are you addressing CEOs? Those are the top.
Every woman is a boss woman. I mean, even if you're in your house, run your house like a boss. If you're at work, run your desk like a boss. Run your business like a boss. So yes, I mean that is our niche. That is what we've always done. It's it's always been the strong woman, independent woman. You can achieve anything you want to.
Okay. The collection is up, so our viewers can take a look and see what she has done. Fashion for you, how has it been?
In fashion business, just like any other business, is challenging. I mean, it has its ups and downs. It's something I'm really passionate about, so I enjoy doing it. However, it's still work, and then you're building a business as well. It's been good. We've had highs, we've had lows, but in all, I'm so grateful for how far we've come in 4 years.
Just 4 years, actually. Now, the issue of production, which is always a challenge for
it is a
designers,
challenge.
yes. How are you surmounting that?
Initially, when I started the business, I was like, I want to support Nigerians. I want to produce here. There are loads of people who don't have jobs. I'm going to hire people and create a mini factory and do that. I mean, I did that. It's challenging. I mean, it was challenging. There were teething issues. There were so many issues. So I decided to produce externally. So I tried Turkey. I did that for one collection. It was, unfortunately for me, it was in the middle of the what's that thing called?
Season.
No, the economic downturn, recession.
Okay.
Thank you. It was in the middle of the recession. So whereas I had factored in 160 naira per dollar when I was making my order, by the time we were done, because I went there, I met with the factory and everything, I took in my samples. By the time I came back to Lagos, it was 190. By the time they sent me sample, return sample, it was 250. By the time I was done, I ended up spending so much. And bringing it in and selling. By the time we were done selling, it was 360 to take. I mean, I was scarred. So right now we produce internally.
Locally?
Yes, we do.
What about sourcing for fabrics?
again, initially I used to do that, but now I've outsourced it. There are a lot of people who that is their job. They travel around the world and bring in fabric, and so I have suppliers, and then I pick what I want from them.
I noticed that this collection we didn't have much of Ankara. Why?
No. I mean, I think there's so many people doing Ankara already. Like, you don't need me.
That's the rave.
I mean, there are a lot of people doing Ankara already, and then also, as you've said, a lot of my clothes are targeted to working women, you know, and it'll be challenging to infuse. I mean, you can infuse it in some way, but it's just not my aesthetic.
Do you think we'll ever get to that point where we can really make it an official work clothes? The Ankara piece.
I think that depends on the industry. Some industries are more conservative than others. So I think that, I mean, right now, you can wear Ankara to work.
Yes, I can.
Yes, exactly. So some people can wear, some people can wear Ankara to work right now. But as for it being an official, approved workwear, I don't know.
Okay, let's look at some of the celebrities that you have lined up who promoted the collection. Yes. How did you choose them?
So I wanted to pick people from different industries. I didn't want to focus on just one industry. So and I wanted women who were doing well, and as I had said before, who are also making an impact. So we have Mrs. Funke Bokno Obrute. I'm sure we all know her. She's a super boss. Yeah, she's an event planner. You know, she's amazing, and she really empowers young women. Yeah. She really does. So obviously that was a no-brainer. You have Lala Akindoju, who is an amazing actress and a producer. She also has this trading that she does, Accelerate, where she supports young aspiring filmmakers. You have Elizabeth Oputa, who works with Moet. She's a PR person. She supports people as well. Let me just run through it. I'm sure you're in a hurry. Sorry. We have Bimbai, who just launched Bimbai.com. You have Tinuade Soile, who is in finance, and she mentors Covenant students who want to, because she's a CFA holder, or she's done a few CFA courses. So she mentors young people who want to go into and then we have Latasha, who is in PR, Yagazie, who is in photography. Sorry, I don't want to mention some people and not mention other people. So I think I've mentioned everybody. Yes.
All right, it's okay. We've had a wonderful time here in the studio. I want to thank you so much
Thank you so much for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Wish you a happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
To all our viewers who've been watching, thank you so much for watching. We've had a good time here in the studio. Happy International Women's Day.